Hello everybody, my name is Cassie Santos and I am a current USI student majoring in Communication Studies. Today I will be presenting over the use of filler words. Filler words are also known as verbal fillers in this case. They are words or phrases that are used during speaking, particularly public speaking, to fill in a moment of silence between connecting thoughts and ideas. Filler words tend to be used at the beginning of a sentence, before you actually complete a whole thought process, or they tend to be used when connecting two different sentences, almost like a transition, if you will. We tend to use filler words in order to avoid awkward situations, aka moments of silence. My history with public speaking hasn't always been the best. I had a fear of failure, a fear of not being accepted, simply because I was different compared to the audience. It's not your typical day when you see a Latina going up and speaking in front of hundreds of people. At times, it could simply just be 3 individuals. My jitters would take over me at the beginning of my presentations. I would become very anxious, my hands would start to sweat, I would become very hot, and at times, I would become dizzy simply because I was hyperventilating over the situation. In high school, I realized that if I wanted to be an advocate for immigration policies or students that were wanting to achieve a higher education, I need to learn how to publicly speak. So here I present to you 4 different articles in which I gathered information regarding how to become a better public speaker. The first came from an article of Be Bolder. From the Be Bolder article, there was one thing that stood out to me: to talk like a boss. You have to remember a few things to begin with. 1. When presenting, you need to talk slow. Nobody's going to be able to catch up with you if you're talking like Speedy Gonzalez to begin with. If you talk slow, you are allowing enough time for your audience to capture what you need to say. Talking slow also allows your brain to process what you're about to say next. That way, before starting the next sentence, your brain has already prepared what you are about to say. When speaking, speak loud and speak proud. Make sure to stand up straight, take a breath in, and take a breath out. You got to make sure also that when you speak that you power up your words. Don't say I think and don't say I believe, because at the end of the day, the audience is going to ask, is it a question, comment, or concern? Then also play with your pitch. As a woman, I have the tendency of having my little pitch go up when I'm talking to the cute guy in class. So when he says, "How was your day, Cassie?" and all I tend to say is, "Oh my God, you have no idea. I have had such an amazing day." Not to be a party pooper, ladies, but try to catch on how you speak the next time that you talk to your class crush. The next thing is that you need to properly plan before you go and publicly speak. The more that you have a negative belief or your negative behaviors, the more that your actual presentation will come out in a negative way. You need to make sure that before you go into public speaking, that you have a positive mindset, you clear your thoughts, and you focus on what you have to do. Before going into public speak, also make sure that you know who you're speaking to. When going into public speaking, make sure that you know what they want from you. Are they being forced to attend your public speaking event, or are they actually going in there because they're interested in hearing what you have to say? So before going anywhere, make sure that you know how to execute. You plan, you practice, and you speak with compassion, confidence, and appreciation. When everything comes from heart, you don't have to second guess anything that you have to talk about, because everything already comes with passion and it comes from the heart, and you have the idea as to what you want your audience to learn at the end of the day. The next thing is for students to get involved. Get out of your comfort zone. Join different organizations that challenge you to become a better person and a better professional. One organization that comes up to mind is Toastmasters. Higher representatives of Toastmasters tend to choose a topic for students to quickly gather information and present what they found after a certain amount of time. Join a debate team. The university has multiple events throughout the school year. Working in a team helps you manage your time. You don't have time to question and second guess and have your filler words in between. You need to cut straight to the chase. So take the challenge. You have to take that extra risk in order to learn. But at the end of the day, it's all on how you present. According to the art of presentation, there are 3 main things that go into presentation. You got to plan. Know who your audience is. But besides that, you also need to know how your visual aid is going to work. Your visual aid is as good as you. If you have a weak visual aid, it is more than likely for you to also have a weak presentation. Visual aids are used in order to help you stay on track. Even when it comes to awkward situations, when speaking in front of the public, sometimes we just try so hard to have our audience laugh. But in cases where they don't actually laugh at you and you just hear crickets in the background, you have to learn how to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Learn to speak to different audiences, whether it's little kids, your peers, or older reps. My public speaking today is very different compared to when I first started in middle school. I have improved throughout the years as I continue to challenge myself to take that extra step and putting myself in awkward situations. These tips that I have provided to you are actual tips that were provided to me. Though I know I still have a lot of room for improvement because clearly right now this is all rehearsed. Give me an actual presentation and I'm probably saying all these ums and all these likes and I'm probably going to be twisting my hair and in the jits. But at the end of the day, I know where I want to be. I want to be a professional speaker. Not for myself, but to serve as a voice for those who most need it.